Hello, everybody from Dr. Filippo. I've got Stefano with me. He's a filmmaker, a film producer, and he's a great guy. So I want him on the show because he finished school not long ago. Was it last year you finished school? Wasn't it?
Finished 2 years ago,
2 years
actually.
ago. And you already have your own business, right?
Yes, I have my own production company,
Awesome.
and I actually been working even before university. Started my film, developing my film skills and do little jobs here and there. And then as soon as I finished, I knew I had to do that.
Great, great. So the reason why I want you on the show is because I believe you got some wisdom to share with everybody, and I believe you're an achiever. I mean, you are achieving your dream, and you're not giving up. So that's why I want you on the show. So tell us. I don't want to spoil it too much. So if you can tell us a little bit about yourself before we go into the interview today.
Okay. Well, I'm from Italy, and I've been lucky because my father sent me to study abroad a lot, so I had the chance to see different places. And I was really into physics or engineers. I really liked math in general. But then I had an accident which totally changed my life. That was in 2012, and from there I was in coma for a bit, and which is something called the coma of the level 3 in the Glasgow scale, which is one of the worst comas you can get, basically. And if you survive, you're lucky, and if you get normal back, you're just like one of the few that can make it. And I had a second chance, and but something woke up inside me, and I don't know, I just knew I had to do films. I never had any passion before for filming. It's just film was the only way to express something inside me that otherwise I couldn't express. And that's why I started to, I did a little short course
Hmm.
back on 2014, and I just knew it. I, I just had this thing inside me saying, this is it. Like, this is what you need to do. You can't do anything else. Almost like a voice or something.
Well, that's awesome. Can you tell us? Because the thing is, whenever I'm interviewing, a lot of other people, and there's always like something negative. It seems like, or like a struggle that happens before something wake up inside them. What happened? How was the accident? What were you doing? Can you tell us? Can you tell
Oh
me?
yeah, about that. That was, in a way, was the worst thing that could have ever happened to me and my family, because I was in coma. I had bleeding in my brain, and it took over 3 years to recover. Had to spend 6 months in a dark room because any light or sound would have really hurt my brain, really hurt my head. Neither like morphine would have helped me with that. There was no way, and it was very painful. Plus, when you break your arm, people sit. When you break your legs, when you can't walk, you're in a wheelchair. But when you have a brain damage, when you have a mental issue, people can't. So they treat you like normal without understanding that you have an actual problem. So if all of a sudden you flip out and start to scream or start to do weird things, uh, they can't understand. Well, instead, if I were in a wheelchair, maybe it was easier because people could empathize and understand me more. So that made my journey really hard. It was really hard to go back to be back in school. The teacher didn't want to accept me. My mother had to fight really hard,
Wow.
and even sometimes my father couldn't understand me. So it was really, really, really tough. But you know, I that gave me something. I understood that a little bit more about life. Life for me is not about is not superficial anymore. I want to be able to help someone. I want to be able to make something good for this environment. I mean, I grew up in an environment where The air we breathe, it's toxic to our lungs. The food we eat is full of poison. Even the water have microplastic and all these things. So, you know, I
Yeah.
see I see plenty of opportunity to do something good, and we can live in a better place. You know.
'Cause you did already a documentary as well. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yes, I lived in indigenous communities for about that was for 4 months to understand how they live together with nature because you know us as a society, Western society,
Yeah.
managed to do what the earth created in billions of years. We are destroying it in 60, 80 years. So something is going wrong, you know.
Mm.
And so we went to these places where people still live in balance with nature and use their traditions and their knowledge to keep this balance. So we went there to understand, you know, um, is anything we can take back and bring, you know, to us.
Right.
That was Colombia, Mexico, and Brazil, and also Italy.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So let me ask you one question. So, you know, whoever's gonna watch these videos can be whatever type of people or entrepreneurs or like people there is someone that wants to go for a dream and might be stuck on their journey. What is one or two tips that you can give to someone that is stuck?
Okay, I remember when I started this dream, and this career is, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's really tough because you know the market is oversaturated with films and directors, and it's really hard. And so many people want like put me try to put me down, especially people at school. You know, even teachers, you know, and they were yeah, it's tough. You know, it
Right.
wasn't really helping. You know, me getting into the film industry.
Yeah.
But then I remember this person telling me that you know in your field there are probably hundreds or thousand or hundreds of thousand even million people that want to do the same thing you're doing, but there is only 1%, maybe two, that really have the passion that you know they wake up during the middle of the night dreaming about that thing and you know really wanted to do that so bad. They put so much time, and it can be a mix of talent and also time you put into something, you know. If a normal filmmaker puts, I don't know, 5 8 hours normally a day maybe for you know for their career, I would put maybe 12 because I just want to do it
Hmm.
because I'm passionate about it. So a mix of the amount of time I put into something plus maybe the skills that brings you to the 1%. So it's still tough. It's really tough, but I'm not scared. I'm not scared because this is what I want to do. I love it, and you know, yeah. And also the other thing is that I don't need a lot of even money, a lot of things back because being able to make films, videos is already a reward for me because
Yeah.
I'm doing something I like.
Yeah.
And plus I want to do things that really help other people, so like most of my videos are towards a good cause or companies or brands that do good for the environment, and that's also rewarding. And
Right.
plus you know money comes along after, you know, it doesn't, I'm not driven by the money but I'm driven by my passion.
That is cool. That is cool. Passion. I think I was reading a book not long ago from a guy called Blair Singer, and there's a question he asked. He said, if you had all the money you want, and you know, and you can do whatever you like, what is it that you would do for a job, for rewarding? And that was quite impressive. So I just you just remind me of that. So it's not something you do for, it's not a job for you, or it's not for money. It's just it's a passion. It's and I can see it. I know you more. So for, you know, I know Stefano for a while, and I know he's got a passion for this. So that's awesome. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you want to add?
uh Anything else? Yeah. The only thing I can add is we're really lucky to just being able to breathe, to walk, to do anything, or who is less have other problems, but we are lucky. We're just lucky to be alive.
Mm.
So I think that's the first thing, being happy about what we have. I know it's everybody says that, but it's true. I mean,
It is.
we are lucky. So so being happy for what you have, and that's it really.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I think what you just said is quite relevant now that we are in lockdown for coronavirus. So I think a lot of myself, I'm having a lot of time to think and ponder things that I write, I like, and I'm reevaluating things, reevaluating my life. What this thing I'm doing is I'm not doing for money. I just wanna know. I love being inspired by people like you, and that's why I'm interviewing other entrepreneurs. But also, this will help someone else. Someone else is going to watch this and say, "Oh, cool! I like what Stefano
I
said."
mean, there is one thing, like we might complain that we are home and we are bored, and I think everybody more or less is on the same boat.
Mhm.
But then I open like at the beginning the news, and there were like this thousands of people that had to migrate and walk 250 miles because they that £1 that they earn a day to live, they don't have it anymore. So they need to walk hundreds of miles with their families to find a way to eat. So I think now is just about appreciating and do our best. I think
That's
that will.
right. We're much better off than many. So, well, I wanna thank you so much for jumping
Thank
on
you.
the show today. One more thing, if someone wants to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do it?
I have my website, or I have a YouTube channel, or even the phone. I don't know my email address. So I will write it. Well, it's Stefano Petroni. No, sorry. It's actually petroniproductions.com. I
Awesome.
will.
Okay. So what
That's
I will do, I will add your website on the description on the
perfect.
YouTube. So anybody who wants to get in touch can get on the website, and then from there they can reach you. So
Thank you very
awesome.
much.
Yeah. Thank you. So thank you for being on the show, and yeah, stay connected. Bye for now.
Bye.